We have Mehwish from the US.
Sheikh, there is a very prominent scholar here in the West, and the scholar has recently issued a fatwa about claiming that when we intercede to the dead, or when we make dua to the awliya or the saints, that this is not shirk within itself, as long as those people do not intend, like they're calling out to a god. So the reason he says that is he says the actions are judged by intentions, and because they don't mean it, that this is not shirk. So there's a lot of people who got misguided because of this. So if you can please clarify.
Inshallah, I will do that. Mehwish says that there is a renowned da'i in the US who says that asking intercession from dead people or from graves is not a shirk by itself, yet it is a means of shirk, and that it would be prohibited, haram, but it is not shirk. Unless the person who's asking for such intercession has the intention to call them as gods. So what is the ruling on that? First of all, do not take knowledge from the likes of me or the likes of him. Take knowledge from real scholars. This quote-unquote renowned scholar, he's a da'i. He does not qualify to be a scholar. He's a student of knowledge. So there are so many of us. We are fortunate to be famous because Allah has blessed us with this gift, and after that with the media. Had it not been to Peace TV, Huda TV, Zat TV, Islam Channel, Iqra, etc., and the social media, nobody would have known anything about us. So I'm telling you this, when you want to take knowledge, proper knowledge, especially when it comes to Aqidah, don't go to Tom, Dick, and Harry. Don't go to people who keep on switching in the books of the Salaf. They reported that Imam Malik ibn Anas was approached by a man of the people of innovation. So he said, stop, Imam, let me debate with you. So Imam Malik had some time on his free time. So he said, okay, then what? So the man says, if I beat you in my argument and debate, you follow me. And if I don't beat you and you beat me, I follow you. So Imam Malik says, okay, let's assume I followed you and you beated me. Then we both met someone who debated with us and he beated us. So the man says, we follow him. He said, my son, the religion of Allah is one. And I see that you keep on hopping from one religion to the other. This is not Islam. So those who adopt for most of their life a particular opinion, then they change to a second opinion. Well, give them some time and they will change to a third opinion. Are these people worthy of being followed in matters of Aqidah? Definitely not. Now, Mehwish says that it's permissible. I doubt he says it's permissible. I would suggest or presume that he said it is not shirk, but it is prohibited. Because if he says that it is permissible, then he would have gone to the dark side, which is the super Sufis who believe and worship truly the graved people. But he thinks that it's a sinful thing, but it's not shirk. And why would someone say that? Nowadays, we are in an era where people compromise their religion. So in order to gather as many people around us and to gather as many followers, being a tolerant person, advocating of tolerance, being okay with all strands of the society, they compromise their own religion. So they try to walk a very thin line. And they say we cannot label people as mushrik because there's so many of them. Well, Allah Azza wa Jalla labeled them in the Quran when He said, وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُم بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُم مُشْرِكُونَ. The vast majority of them, of the people, the inhabitants of earth, would not believe in Allah except while committing shirk. What is their belief in Allah Azza wa Jal? It's the same belief of the pagans and the idol worshippers. Are you serious? Yeah. The pagans and the idol worshippers used to believe that Allah is the provider, that Allah is the giver of life and death, that Allah is the creator, that Allah is the facilitator of their affairs. It's all over the Quran. If you read the Quran, don't look to scholar so-and-so different with scholar so-and-so. Go to the sources. The Quran says to us in black and white that pagans and idol worshippers believed in Allah Azza wa Jal. This is their belief, but they associated others with Him through invoking them. And nowhere in the Quran, if you read it from cover to cover, that you will find a distinction or segregation between when you make dua to someone who's dead, thinking that he's capable or not capable of your intention. Dua is dua. Allah says in many places that they invoke others than Allah. He did not call them gods in these ayahs. Allah says clearly that they invoke other than Allah and they don't have any benefit for them or can protect them from any evil. And on the day of judgment, they will distance themselves from their shirk. So invoking is considered to be shirk on the day of judgment. And this is what the Prophet said, ad-du'a'u huwa al-ibadah. Invoking, making dua is worship. Not a form of worship, no, is worship. This is the hadith of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. So if you go to the disbelievers, to the idol worshippers, at the time of the Prophet alayhi salam, none of them would say to you that I am worshiping this idol because I believe that it creates, it gives life and takes it. I believe it facilitates my affairs. I believe rain comes through it. Nobody says this. They know that only Allah does this. And this is Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. So for this so-called quote-unquote scholar to come and claim that when I go to Tijani or Jilani or Sidna al-Badawi or to al-Hussein or to the Prophet himself, and I make dua to them, that I don't believe in them to be gods, this is exactly what the idol worshippers used to do. Allah says in the beginning of Surah Zumar that we do not worship them except so that they would get us closer to Allah Azza wa Jal. Why are you calling Al-Hussein to help you? Because he can call Allah Azza wa Jal. So this is the identical shirk that the idol worshippers used to do. And if you say, no, Sheikh, you are judging their intention. Excuse me? Why is this person invoking Al-Hussein or Al-Tijani or Al-Jilani or Al-Badawi, the dead, the grave? Why are they going to Dargah and sacrificing to them and lighting lights and candles? Why are they making tawaf? Why are they asking them? Isn't this worshiping them? Or do they have to prostrate so that you can say, oh, no, this is worshiping? This is why I say, do not, and I repeat, do not take knowledge from such people. These people who keep on changing their colors according to the highest bidder. So if they're in America, they say what the Americans want to say, to hear. If they go to Europe, if they go to Africa, they will be the same thing. Whatever draws followers and likes and gives them fame. So their intention is with Allah. But you as a Muslim, you should depend on the Quran. And you should ask trusted scholars of Aqeedah if you want to be saved on the Day of Judgment, and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best.